when I pulled behind him, the only thing I saw was his bike. And I'm like, didn't I tell you to pack all your belongings and get out? And he's like, well, this is all I need is my bike. So I'm like, this guy's gonna
go cycling tomorrow.
I'm like, what the? Our marriage is in crazy mess, and you're thinking about cycling tomorrow.
Welcome to Do the Work podcast. I am your host, AZ Araujo, and next to me I have Miss
Carla Araujo. What's up?
What is going on, Carla? We do have a very interesting topic today because, as a matter of fact, we got several messages regarding this, and it has to do with fitness and how to lose the weight, how to maintain muscle, how to stay fit, right? As we age, it becomes more and more difficult. And in fact, it's something that's a multi-billion-dollar business where, you know, everyone seems to have the magic formula, and yet everyone seems to still struggle with maintaining and sustaining a healthy lifestyle. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because fitness is your life. It's what you do.
It's my passion. It actually, I think I've said this where it was out of pure anger.
You got fit out of pure anger. I love that.
Out of pure anger since I was probably in 7th grade. I was just thinking about this today, actually, because I know I wanted to talk about the subject. And I just remember the first day that I walked into a gym, and it was at a school. It was like a community school where there was a ton of weight. And I was really embarrassed. I didn't know what to think of it. But I walked in there, and a friend of mine was like, let's, lift some weights and stuff.
Yeah.
So didn't really get knowledgeable until I actually got in high school. So ninth grade was when I went into the gym upstairs. They had this gym area upstairs. And I remember putting that squat bar on my back, and somebody was like, squat or whatever. And I remember, one, having my knees a little off, and two, not having the right form.
So did somebody was watching you doing that? Or
yeah, they were just kind of, I was just playing around watching, and I don't know, there was this fuel that came in me, like, because growing up, just going through so much, situations in my life that was just ugly growing up. I don't know, I found the fuel in weights. And
you brought all that.
It was just out of pure anger. So it was like when I would get, bullied or something was going on in my life, I would hit the weight room.
I see.
And it was just out of anger. Like, I just wanted to become strong and powerful and, and just be so, I don't know, just building that backbone of like, no one's ever going to mess with me again, But it was just out of pure anger that just absolutely turned into a passion.
So now that you've subsided from the anger, well, although I do see you like hooting and hollering in the gym all the time. I don't know what the hell you're upset about. I think you have a pretty good husband, right?
Oh, it has nothing to do. Why does it have to? Why do you think it has to do anything?
It doesn't revolve around.
Nothing to do with you.
So
nothing to do with you.
Everything before me, which is okay.
Like, it's nothing to do even before you or anything. It's just, it's just something that I've kind of wired myself to feel powerful when I'm in there and have this fuel that I need to carry on my day.
So. What would you tell those people that don't have that fuel? I mean, obviously you used, what used to, this pain or this frustration, you've used it now for power. But like, what would you tell somebody that just, is real busy, doesn't have the motivation, doesn't have the anger to go out there and do it every day?
I believe that everyone has a story. Everyone has a past. Everyone has a story. And you may not want to talk about it or mention it to anyone. It's a deep-rooted secret. Or it's very simple. You're overweight and you're just sick and tired of being overweight. And I don't know, you feel insecure about some part of your body. And with women, it's a lot arms and back. And they're just the butts. They feel insecure. So they'll hide some part of their body. That's the fuel. So it's necessarily need to be like this past that you need to bring up. If you're not ready to go there yet, it's okay. But go in with so much fuel, like find something within you that angers you. And I always tell this I love working with people who are trying to lose weight, because we don't start to conversate. What do you eat? Let's put you on this diet plan. I don't start there. It's like, what got you here to begin with? Let's talk there. And then I stop them and I'm like, okay, sit there, sit on that. Now let's lift some weight.
Yeah, because
they get so angry, and it's like, okay, now we started to work out. Now let's do this.
There's a reason why people pack on weight, right? I mean, it's not just because they're lazy or they don't want to do anything or just haven't worked out, overeating, but there's a pattern of especially those that eat and then lose the weight, eat and then gain the weight back up, the yo-yo diet and, roller coaster. You go to the root cause of why, right? Why does it feel okay to treat your body this way?
And my program is just completely different. It's not, and if you've worked out with me, which I've had so many, it's not about getting that tight ass and that washboard ab. Like, it's not about that. It's about just going a little deeper than that. So it's not even about let's start to lift weights. Even when you first meet with me, it doesn't even go that way. It's something I open up doors to. Let's talk about what got you here in the first place.
Dissecting the problem.
What is missing? Because I've also get clients that are like, I lost a ton of weight, now I'm back out because I had a great coach. And there's a lot of people out there that are that help you lose weight, and I think it's phenomenal results. They're great, but then again, they pack on that weight again. So because they're not willing to open up so deep to their coaches on how they got there. And that's kind of like something that it's not like I'm going to show you the way. I'm just going to talk about me. I'm going to open up about me, what got me here, and how I continue maintaining my muscle. It's not easy. It really isn't. I don't go into the gym and automatically lift all this weight and I walk out and say, oh, I have a ton of muscle. It doesn't. There's a process behind that. Mm-hmm. It's time consuming. You're committed. You're dedicated on a daily basis. You have to go in there with the fuel that you're looking for. The energy that you need. And some will stay for 6 to 8 weeks on this, like, I'm in the gym every single day and it feels good. And then all of a sudden you're coming down because the fuel is gone. It's lost.
It's temporary. You can't sustain it, especially going from nothing to something.
The same thing goes with the diets.
Yeah. And I see this. I was talking to an individual last couple of days, and they lost a lot of weight about a year ago. And something happened tragic in their family, right? And the same weight that they lost, they not only gained it all back, but then some. So over the last 3 or 4 months after, this individual got over it in their mind, right? This tragic moment, which they chose to drag it on for another 5-6 months versus just dealing with the problem at that point, right? Because any issue that any story that we say that's keeping us back is simply that, a story, right? A story that we're refusing to overcome. So here is this individual that took so many months to try to recover from this tragedy, only to gain all that weight back and now be on this journey again, like, I'm losing all this weight. Well, it's the same weight that stress put back on, and it's really no gain, right? It's just going back to that, I guess, that zone of comfort where they'll surpass that by losing the weight, but then they'll find themselves right back in there because something threw them off their game. And it's one of those things that happens often, Carla, where people are going through these yo-yo diets where they lose all this weight and then gain it back on. And they know the process to do that, but I think they're missing the bigger picture that you're trying to paint here, which is there's a mindset problem there.
Yeah, I don't know if this is along the line of this, but and I just said this on my last podcast on Badass Agents, but there's so many. I feel like life brings us so many different types of assignments. It can be really bad ones. It can be really good ones. Whatever obstacles life brings us. I think, and there was one point in my life where the death of my father and all that was going on, and then my mom and all this craziness all in 1 month. And this, it's harsh to say this out loud because many might disagree with this. And there's a lot of moments that happen in that month that I had to be there for my family. And I wanted to break down. But, and this sounds so silly to some, but not to me because I didn't process it this way. In that moment of the 30, 45 days that everything was going
array. Yeah, everything was.
I knew that eventually this is going to end.
Pass.
And what matters most is what I do right now. Because when it all ends, all the emotions are gone, our lives are back to normal. I cannot break down. I have to show up that much more powerful because everyone's expecting or needing me to show up.
They'll give you the pass. Hey, you just injured yourself, or hey, there was a tragedy in your life. It's okay that she gained this weight, or it's okay that she's not showing up.
This is where I'm going with this. I didn't, in the 30, 45 days in my mind, I was like, I need to, right now, everything I do now matters. That's going to matter in 30, 45 days. That's really going to affect me when all this is going to pass. So in the moments that my dad was in the hospital and, my mom had a nervous breakdown, it's just all kinds of stuff was going on. I went to the gym. So even late at night, I got in, and you know how they say sleep is best. I understand. Get your 8 hours of sleep is so important, people, that we sleep.
Well, you don't really believe in the 8 hours.
But I do. But this is the thing. I have to. I'm okay with. I know that I had to get my sleep in, but what was more powerful to me and just I needed that fire was to be in the gym. I needed to be in there. I needed to give everything I had in that gym because that's what fuels me to carry on to the next day and show up at the hospital with my family and everything. So I had to take care of me first and foremost. And I've always had that mindset. Of course, there's my whole background and everything, but I had that mindset of I always had to because I knew all this is going to pass. And then what? I'm going to have to start fresh. And I don't do that. That's not me. So for me to tell somebody, okay, yeah, somebody passed away, somebody done it, just show up. And it's like, man, she can be a bitch. And it's not. And that's why a lot of times I don't speak of that because we have so many emotions in that subject. Some show up differently. Some will drop everything and be there for their families.
Right. And that's what happens a lot. We drop everything. We drop ourselves, right? When something tragic or when a big obstacle comes before us, that is the moment we have to almost double down on ourselves. Right. Because you asked a very important question, then what? So let's say you do shut down. You do mourn for 3-4 months. It does take you 5 or 6 months to overcome this obstacle or this tragedy or whatever may have happened, right? Then what? During that time that you shut down, not only did you get unhealthy, you shut down from your family. You started behaviors that weren't positive. So not only are you finally getting out of that tragic mindset, but now that you're ready to recover, you're like in the hole, 40 feet in the hole.
Right.
And you're saying these tragedies will happen, and that's exactly when you have to continue to double down on yourself.
Right.
Because it too will pass.
Right.
And I saw you doing that firsthand. I saw you doing that as all these elements were like attacking you. You weren't at your best mentally, but you were still there trying to get there faster.
Yeah, it's just getting there. And I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done, I guess.
Right. Oh, yeah, because if you tell something, get over it, go work out, it's like it doesn't
really,
match.
It really is. It's easier said than done at the end of the day. But I believe that it's just embedded in me since years with different things going on in my life that I always knew that I had to show up. Things can get so much worse if you don't continue on your journey and on your passion, on your purpose. If you stop to open up your arms and be there for everyone, eventually you're going to drown. I mean, it's just overwhelming with all these emotions and feelings that you just kind of lose yourself in that chaos. Chaos is always, it's part of our lives. That's part of life. Yeah. It's part of life. But you can't, even when you and I were going through a lot, and we still do. I mean, we're not perfect in our marriage by any means.
No, like you were getting on my nerves just the other day, which is another story for another day.
I'm talking about when the day was like, you and I were packing up our bags.
No, that's different.
Okay, even in those moments, I still showed up to the gym.
No, you did.
I was training.
Well, remember that one time when you told me to leave the house? She told me to leave the house. This is a side note here.
And I do.
So hold on. Let me tell my side note story. So she tells me, by the time I come back, I want you out of the house. Get your stuff and get out. I said, okay. Guess what the first thing that I did? Because I knew I needed to take care of myself. I didn't want to go. I love my wife. I love my marriage. But if she doesn't want me there, what am I supposed to do? So I said, fine. I packed a little 2-day bag. It's okay. And after I did that, I put my bicycle on the rack of my car. Guess what I was going to do the next morning? I was going to take care of myself because I know this too will pass. Whether it was a divorce or whether it was us staying together, I need to take care of myself.
I want to say this because this is where I was going on this. I train some women who are divorced or going through a divorce, and they're like, I gained all this weight and now I need to lose it.
Yeah.
Because I want to be out there. I'm single now. And so it's like
single, red, and mingle.
Right, single. And I love the fact that in all honesty, I told Daisy, get the hell out of the house. I said, I need your stuff packed. I need you out of here by the time I get back. And Azzy's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go stay at a hotel. I'm like, do whatever you need to do, but get out of the house, like today. And I'm going to go to Walgreens, pick up some stuff, so you have about 30 minutes to pack and get your ass out kind of deal. And I remember pulling up behind AZ because he was actually pulling out. And
No, I wasn't pulling out. My car was already outside with my
hold
back
on.
rack.
Well, he wasn't pulling out. He was out. But when I pulled behind him, the only thing I saw was his bike. And I'm like, didn't I tell you to pack all your belongings and get out? And he's like, well, this is all I need is my bike. So I'm like, this guy's going to...
I'm gonna go cycling tomorrow.
I'm like, what the? Our marriage is in crazy mess, and you're thinking about cycling tomorrow. But goes to say the clients that I get are a lot of times it's kind of like I gained all this weight, I went through this divorce, and I need to lose weight. So it goes to say how important it is to put yourself first in situations because things will get worse for you.
They will.
They will. And I've told right now I'm training for some videos that I'm trying to get. I'm training a couple of pregnant. Individuals, women.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So one thing one of them told me was like, I haven't been able to have that energy to go into the gym. I haven't gone there. I haven't done anything. I'm like, you don't need any of that. Just go in there and literally walk for 5 minutes because your mind, your body needs to just continue with the process of, the gym. Because if not, after you have the baby, after all said and done, you're literally going to feel like you have done nothing for yourself.
Yeah.
You have not taken care of yourself and you're starting from square one. It's like just walk into the gym for 5 minutes and just sit there and, I don't know, work on some biceps, sitting down and grabbing some 10 pounds. It doesn't need to be all hardcore. Just understand that you don't want to give up completely 100% on yourself. There's no harm in that. No harm in that.
I love that. And, this is the strategy because a lot of people, as many of you may know, we are holding a women's event April 26th and 27th. And now I'm saying we, not just you, Carla, because I am actually going to be guest speaking on some during the event, giving you a different perspective as well for the women that are there. And I'll be joining in and giving the story of how we were able to rekindle our marriage, build our business, and most importantly, grow as individuals. And these are the type of topics we're going to be talking at the women's event. But Carla, one of the things that people are asking is like, what does this women's event do? Or like, what is it for? And you tie it into all aspects. It's about obtaining power, right? It's obtaining that certainty and confidence that I think a lot of women are missing. And men are too, but this is specifically for women.
I think, I wanted... First and foremost, the event is not to save anyone.
No,
it's not for me to walk into your life and say, I'm bringing all this content and you're saved from whatever craziness is going on. I'm not doing that. I'm not a savior. I'm truly speaking and sharing all of me in my life and what I've gone through in my marriage and my craziness. And to say, hey, you're not the only one. Come share this because a lot of us we're not the only one. And a lot of times as women, we sit there and we process like, I don't know. It's like we're telling ourselves stories like if we're the only ones that exist that are going through this crazy mess. Mm-hmm. And I wanted for you to be our guest because you are the witness of my madness and there is nothing to hide.
Yes.
And I want you there because I want you to share my life on how you saw it in your eyes.
I did see it completely different. I mean, who you are today would not be possible if you didn't take a stand for yourself, right? And I think a lot of marriages are suffering because the woman refuses to take a stand for herself. I think they're suffering in their business for the same reasons. They're suffering with their being overweight, all because of lack of confidence. So when we put this women's event together, as you're putting this together and going through the different crucibles you're going to be putting and experiences you're going to be putting these women in, it's for one goal and one goal only. It's to help them find their voice/confidence. And when you found your voice, there was a new power that emerged not only within our household, but in all aspects of our life. And I think a lot of marriages don't stand a chance right now. Excuse me, they don't stand a chance right now because the lack of confidence.
It's not just marriages. It's like, it's not just marriages, it's individuals that don't stand a chance or you're dying inside. How long are you going to live like this?
Yes.
For how many years do you think that this is going to be okay? I've had clients that I've had and I've coached them for a year and then all of a sudden they go back to being exactly the same. And it's like, what took you back? How did you take 20 steps back? It's like, well, the environment I was in or the guilt I felt. And it's like, we have to constantly keep growing and feeling that fire. And we will never arrive. There's always a part of us that's constantly digging for an answer. And we think we're the only ones there. And there is no answer to our situation. It's just like to understand why we hear or want to do so many things in life and we just can't. Understand the reason and the process behind that is what I will, I'm going to share.
And part of this journey, and you are, so you're going to get two different perspectives. This is the first time I'm going to be involved with this and being on there. The first women's event, I was not present there. I just wasn't involved. But this time around, I think it's very important to see the entire aspect of it, because I do have some insights just looking from the outside in and watching you kind of morph into this powerful woman, which has forced me to even be, to become better and better and better every day.
I just want to let you know that the moment you think that you're going to run the show, you're out.
No, I'm not going to run the
You're
show.
a guest.
This is your show.
I'm
a guest.
I'm
coming as a guest.
I'm just letting you know.
Listen, if you want more information on Do the Work Women's Event, go to www.dothework.com/women's event. And it's a free app. You're going to allow them to access it for 6 weeks.
I'm so excited about this app that I'm actually been building for the last couple of months. And I do have women who've reached out to me regarding being pregnant.
Yeah.
There will be a solo exercise workout and all kinds of good stuff on that app solely for you.
Yep.
It's geared just towards individuals. It's not what your goals are in this app. So I'm super happy about that.
Yeah. So you're going to have the workouts, what to do, when to do it, and how to do that. But again, this is all included with your event purchase. All included with your event purchase. And right now it's a early bird special. So log on to dothework.com/women's event. It is a 2-day VIP event. You're going to get more in just the merchandise. Just in merchandise alone for the money you've invested into this. We make sure we take care of every individual that comes through. So not only will you get the app, you'll get all the merchandise, but the experience of breaking through the stories that have held you back, right, Carla? And this is what the amazing part is. Every person that has been through the first one, which the first event is only going to be a fraction of what this is going to be, see themselves in a better place. They're either making more money, more confident, doing things that they would never do, taking a stand for themselves, and that was just after the first event. So I would highly encourage you, if you've been looking to lose weight, to maintain that weight down, but also make more money if you run a business, right? Take a stand in your marriage. Go ahead.
Just to have the backbone and the thick skin that we need as business women, and to just share and understand that you are not the only one out there. There's so much of us that we want to express and we just can't. We lack that confidence. We don't want people in our lives. We fear to give a little bit more of what other people are going to come in and talk about us and say things. And so we're continuously showing up on how we feel. We want the other person to see us. So we hide so much. But I just love this event. It's definitely going to be...
And this one is a little different.
Right? Completely different
from
the first one.
And by the time they walk out, they're going to have a clear agenda of the things they have to do on a daily basis, things they have to do on a weekly basis, to make sure they're in that power, whether they're stay-at-home moms, whether they're business women, whether they're entrepreneurs, or whether they're single divorced women. I mean, this is for everyone, right? So I would highly encourage you to go to dothework.com/women's event and just go through all the content we have there available. And if you haven't signed up for, give me 1 second here, let me scroll down. We have a description of what happens on day 1 and day 2 of the event. This is a full-on VIP experience, but at the very minimum, sign up for updates. Sign up for updates so that you can keep in the loop. Carla sends out free workouts, rants, and blogs. So go to dothework.com women's event and sign up for that at least. But Carla, people don't want to miss this, right? This is it.
This is definitely going to be the event of the year. That's for sure. There's so much that is going into this event, and I'm really super excited. So again, if you haven't registered, please do so. Go to dothework.com/women's event.
dothework.com/women's event. And buy your tickets right now. You could take advantage of the early bird special. Again, the merchandise that you get alone, will, and my face is not on it, will get you more than just that. So make sure to do that again. And the website's on point. And now you actually have a private Facebook group you want to invite people to as well.
I was just going to mention that. I have a private Facebook started. So that's going to be, you're going to
show you that.
Oh, you're going to pop it up.
Yeah. So right now, Carla's also going to, a lot of the conversations that we have online, there's going to be a point where we don't have these anymore on regular Facebook. We want to bring this into a community.
Do you want to say why I ended up with this private group
here? Because there's a lot of content that is blocked, that's being blocked by, Facebook, just because there are certain things that you say and I say.
If you know me, I don't hold back, and I'm definitely always on fire with my rants.
So with our private Facebook group, we're able to express ourselves to another level, get more raw with our conversations, but we also want a community aspect of it. So a lot of this content will no longer be available as we start transitioning over to the Facebook group. Will no longer be available like we're doing it now. It's almost like, hey, come one, come all. We want certain individuals to come in for these real and raw conversations. So the way to do that is go to dotheword.com and type in FB group. That's a Facebook group, FB group, dotheword.com, and you'll get a page just like this. It'll tell you what it's about, and we're going to start pumping content into this here pretty soon, but at very minimum, join. It is free for now. It is free, so take advantage of that. So again, dotheword.com/FB, that's Frank Boy, group.com, that's facebookgroup.com. And you'll be able to, join Carla and her rants and everything else that she does. So, Carla, there's a lot to talk about, and I'm glad you had this conversation about, the importance of taking care of yourself, the importance of working out. But a lot of people are still confused on what to do and how to do it. I think you got a message earlier today as well about what vitamins to take. These are all discussions you're going to be having as well on your events. You're going to go through it all. Mindset, body, marriage,
I wish
divorce.
I could throw a third day in there.
I know, right? The last time it just wasn't enough.
It just wasn't enough.
And I'm also going to be there. Woohoo.
Yeah, woohoo. You're a guest.
Can I come in, for an hour?
You're a guest.
For an hour? How long are you going to have?
I might give you 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, because all you're going to do is go in there and complain about me.
I'm going to tell a story.
Tell a story about what? How you
little
saw
weak,
me in your eyes.
Little weak duckling that became a powerful, I don't know.
I'm telling you, the moment you trigger me, you're out.
It's going to be like that.
It's like that. I invite you as a guest, and that's about it. But the moment you trigger me, you're out. So don't even try.
I'm not even going to go if I don't get at least
hey,
an hour.
can you come in and speak on what you saw, how you saw me throughout this, years? I mean, you've known me for so long. So but the moment
I need an hour.
The moment I'm like,
well, let me retract. I will not be part of this event.
this room's going to be full of women, so I don't doubt that everybody's going to be like, AZ, get out.
Well, I think they want to hear from me, too. I think I have a lot of good things to say.
And I think it's only fair. I really do. I want you to, I think it's going to be a different, eye-opening, just coming from a man perspective on what they saw, on what you saw living with me.
And again, this event's April 26th and 27th in good old Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're flying in, as you register, you'll have information on the hotels to stay at and where to participate. But the first day in general is going to be
off-site.
Secretive, off-site, specific locations. But each location is going to bring you a different experience, an experience to dig deep and be able to come out of this powerful. Like that is the whole point of this, is and for you not to see life exactly the way you came in with.
Once you register, you'll start to get more information as to how it's going to kind of plan out.
Yeah.
So don't get confused once you register.
And
that's
don't
your
be
first step.
like you have it here clearly. Don't be intimidated by Miss Carla. Listen, she is able to communicate truthfully, but at the same time, she has the biggest heart of any person that I ever met.
Thank you.
Period. You do have a big heart, Carla, and you lead with your heart, but you also have a lot of passion. And so women that have followed her for years, don't be intimidated. She's not going to tear you apart. She wants to build you up. That is her passion. That is her goal.
I tell you what, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for life. It's not something that I'm trying to build quick. So, no, my heart is
she's not going to break you. She won't break you. No breaking you, right? She'll build you up.
I might make you cry a little bit, though.
Oh, she might bend you. She might bend you.
As you're saying that, I'm over here like, I might make you cry a little bit, but I promise you the pain will be worth it.
No, and listen, at the end of the day, you're going to emerge as more powerful, and that's what it comes down to. So if you're a woman in business, if you're married, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're single, divorced, it doesn't matter if you are a woman, period. It's about owning that power that you have and not holding back. Like I've seen it in my life. I've seen Carla transform through it, and she's going to give you that along with this book where it details on how to be able to get there and the patterns that it takes for you to be able to build that powerful and that thick skin. I think everyone needs to build that thick skin, right, Carla? But thank you, and we'll have more discussions about fitness and mindsets over the next few days. But remember to take advantage of our early bird special. This ends here in the next few days. So sign up, and I promise you, you will not regret it. It is the best investment you can make for yourself at a fraction of the cost right now. So go ahead and log on to dothework.com/women's event. And Carla, I think that
is
done.
it. We are good, and we are out.
All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.